welcome to Stories and Tales channel. My name is Miss Mimi and I am super glad to have you here on the channel today. So, we've kind of been doing a little thing about our emotions and being able to express ourselves. Sometimes we feel a type of way, but we can't say how we feel because sometimes it's just hard, right, to articulate our feelings. And that's why I have my friend Mark here to help us today. I had him last time, so some of you who've watched that video, you met Mark already. If you haven't, well, this is Mark. And today, how are you feeling, Mark? Do you want to share how you're feeling with friends? Oh, Mark says he's feeling a bit sick. He thinks he has a headache and a tummy ache. Okay, that's a lot. So, what would that look like? What would sick look like on Mark's face? Should we try to find out? Okay, so first of all, I think I'll replace his eyes. His eyes, remember we talked about how the eyes has two parts that you can see, the white and the black part? How the white part is your eyeball and the black is your pupil. Great job. So I will replace the eyes, and if someone's sick, I wonder, perhaps this one will work? Okay, so let's try it. Yeah, sometimes when I don't feel well, feels like my eyes are turning on its own. That is funny. I'm sorry if you didn't get that, but I did something there. Okay, so he is sick, his eyes. I like how the eyes, because the truth is a lot of the emotions we feel, it happens with our entire facial features. So it's not just your mouth that says a smiley face or not smiley face mouth that says how you're feeling. It starts with the eyes. So, you know what? Okay, I think I'm just gonna turn his mouth upside down right here. Because when you're sick, you're not happy, right? There's no joy. So yes, Mark, this is how you feel right now. You feel, I know. Okay, friends, so Mark feels sick. Everyone say a prayer for Mark that he'll feel better by our next video, okay? All right, friends, so today we're going into our story. I'll just put Mark to the side over here. And we're going into our story. The title of our story is The Art Lesson. The Art Lesson. Okay, so this is a long one, I think, but I think it's worth it. How many of you really like art? Some of us like drawing, like painting. Yeah, this will be right up your alley. Tomie knew that he wanted to be an artist when he grew up. Do you know what you want to be when you grow up? Think about it. Tomie knew. He drew pictures everywhere he went. It was his favorite thing to do. His friends had favorite things to do too. Jack collected all kinds of turtles. Herbie made huge cities in his sandbox. Jeannie, Tommie's best friend, could do cartwheels and stand on her head. Oh my god, that's so cool, I can't do that. But Tomie drew and drew. He drew his friends, he drew his parents, he drew everything he could. His twin cousins, who were already grown up, were in art school learning to be real artists. And they told him not to copy and to practice. So he did. Tomie put up his pictures on the walls of his half of the bedroom. His mom put them up all around the house. His dad took them to the barber shop where he worked. That is so cute, friends. Tom and Nana, Tommie's Irish grandfather and grandmother, have his pictures up in their grocery store. Nana Fall River, his Italian grandmother, put one in a special frame on the table next to the photograph of Aunt Chloe in her wedding dress. Ooh, that's so cool. Once, Tomie took a flashlight and a pencil under the covers and drew pictures on his sheets. But when his mom changed the sheets on Monday and found them, she said, "No more drawing on the sheets, Tomie." His mom and dad were having a new house built, so Tomie drew pictures of what it would look like when it was finished. Our house, our summer house. When the walls were up, one of the carpenters gave Tomie a piece of, oh my God, I cannot believe Tommie's about to do this. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, one of the carpenters gave Tomie a piece of bright blue chalk. Tomie took the chalk and drew beautiful pictures all over the unfinished walls. Oh my God, Tommie's in so much trouble now. But when the painters came, his dad said, "That's it, Tomie. No more drawing on the walls." Tomie couldn't wait to go to kindergarten. His brother Joe told him there was a real art teacher who came to the school to give art lessons. Whoa. "When do we have our art lessons?" Tomie asked the kindergarten teacher. "Oh, but you won't have your art lessons until next year," said Mrs. Bird. "But we are going to paint pictures tomorrow." It wasn't much fun. The paint was awful and the paper got all wrinkly. Miss Bird made the paint by pouring different colored powders into different jars and mixing them with water. The paint didn't stick to the paper very well and it cracked. If it was windy when Tomie carried his picture home, the paint blew right off the paper. "At least you get more than one piece of paper in kindergarten," his brother Joe said. "When the art teacher comes, you only get one piece." Tomie knew that the art teacher came to school every other Wednesday. He could tell she was an artist because she wore a blue smock over her dress and she always carried a big box of thick colored chalks. Once, Tomie and Jeannie looked at the drawings that were hung up on the wall. They were done by first graders. "Your pictures are so much better," Jeannie told Tomie. "Next year when we have real art lessons, you'll be the best one." Tomie could hardly wait. He practiced all summer. Then on his birthday, which was right after school began, his mom and dad gave him a box of 64 Crayola crayons. Whoa, that's a lot of crayons, 64! Regular boxes of crayons had red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, brown, and black. This box had so many other colors: blue, violet, turquoise, red, orange, pink, and even gold, silver, and copper. "Class," said Miss Landers, the first grade teacher. Next month, the art teacher will come to our room. So on Monday, instead of singing, we will practice using our crayons." On Monday, Tomie brought his 64 crayons to school. Miss Landers was not pleased. "Everyone must use the same crayons, school crayons." Well, school crayons had only the same 8 old colors. As Miss Landers passed them out to the class, she said, "These crayons are school property, so do not break them, peel off the paper, or wear down the points." "How am I supposed to practice being an artist with school crayons?" Tomie asked Jack and Herbie. "That's enough, Tomie, and I want you to take those birthday crayons home with you and leave them there." And Joe was right. They only got one piece of paper. Finally, the day of the art lesson came. Tomie could hardly sleep that night. The next morning, he hid the box of 64 crayons under his sweater and went off to school. He was ready. The classroom door opened and in walked the art teacher. Miss Landers said, "Class, this is Mrs. Bowers, the art teacher. Patty, who is our paper monitor this week, will give out one piece of paper to each of you. And remember, don't ruin it because it's the only piece you'll get. Now, pay attention to Mrs. Bowers." "Class," Mrs. Bowers began, "because Thanksgiving is not too far away, we will learn to draw a pilgrim man, a pilgrim woman, and a turkey. Watch carefully and copy me. Copy? Copy? Tomie knew that real artists did not copy. This was terrible. This was supposed to be a real art lesson. He folded his arms and just sat there. Now, what's the matter? Miss Landers asked. Tomie looked past her and spoke right to Mrs. Bowers. I'm going to be an artist when I grow up, and my cousins told me that real artists don't copy. Besides, Mrs. Landers won't let me use my own 64 Crayola crayons. Well, Mrs. Bowers said. What are we going to do? She turned to Miss Landers and they whispered together. Miss Landers nodded. Now, Tomie, Mrs. Bowers said, it wouldn't be fair to let you do something different from the rest of the class. But I have an idea. If you draw the pilgrim man and woman and the turkey, if there's any time left, I'll give you another piece of paper and you can do your own picture with your own crayons. Can you do that? I'll try, Tomie said with a big smile. And he did. And he did. And he still does. The end. Whoa, Tomie went on to become a great artist. Whew, that was interesting. I don't know how many of you want to be artists, but Tomie says real artists don't copy. Real artists do their own thing. But sometimes copying is easier for the ones who, are really great at art, so they have something to look at and to copy. Okay? Thank you for joining us in today's video. My name is Miss Mimi once again, and I will see you in the next video.